Hello and welcome to the OK Nerd Podcast. My name is Oscar.
And I'm Keegan, and this is the podcast where two friends talk about anything and everything nerd.
That's right. So for our listeners and for our viewers now, as you can tell, we're doing something a little bit different. This is kind of like the first episode that we're wanting to test out. Just recording it, just us. I know we've done some other episodes where, we've done like a round table with some friends. We recorded those, but today we decided, you know what? Let's do something a little bit different.
Let's give it a shot. Oscar has a really good phone and the camera is amazing. And so we want to give this a shot and see if we like this format. Then we're definitely going to keep our audio stuff for our just listening viewers, but we want to, expand more out into like the YouTube and Facebook video format as well.
Yeah, so for the viewers out there, go ahead and leave a comment, and any feedback helps, and let us know, what you like, what you didn't like, and we'll definitely check that out and listen to it, and try to improve. So how are you doing today, Keegan?
I'm running on fumes. I feel pretty tired. Having a newborn. If anybody doesn't know, in the last episode, I told everybody that I have a newborn. She turned a month old today when we're recording. No. So, for anybody who's had a newborn, it's, you're trying to catch up on some sleep and everything like that. So it's getting there, but I look forward to doing these episodes. It's, gives me a break.
Yeah, I mean, this is all fun. We have a lot of fun with this. But, so if you see us kind of dozing off or say something stupid, well, you know why now.
What? No. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, dude, I'm totally in with that, man.
Yeah. I'm talking about cannibalism in this show. Just getting all scared.
We could probably talk about cannibalism. Did you know that the human cheek is the most tender meat of a human? You can probably saute it with some mushrooms and some kale.
And some onion. Throw some onion in there, some caramelized onion.
Yeah, throw some onion in there.
Get automatically flagged.
I know. What you want to do is you want to pan-sear the lungs, and you want to, cut them in the middle, and then you want to cut them into fourths, like fillets.
You can make a good lung taco, lung pizza. Like, just automatically get canceled 100%.
Yeah. No, have you seen Hannibal? Like any of like the Hannibal movies, or
like Hannibal Lecter, like Silence of the Lambs and stuff?
Yeah.
I've seen Silence of the Lambs, but none of the other stuff.
Oh. Have you seen the show with Mads Mikkelsen?
No.
Oh, okay. No, there's just a part where he's cutting like someone's lungs like on the cutting board. So that's why I said that. I mean, it's not. Well, I mean, it is kind of graphic, but it's not like it's not as graphic as like other shows.
Like, I remember like in Silence of the Lambs, he's talking about like having a nice sherry, like that.
Oh yeah,
he ate like. I was like, what the hell?
He ate his kidney with a nice Chianti and some fava beans.
Oh gosh,
Clarice, tell me, are the lambs still crying?
So we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about The Boys.
Yeah, so Boys, man, Keegan, I'm very proud of you that you have come out and he likes boys. No, I'm just kidding.
My wife's upstairs. No.
This is a coming out party. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're gonna talk about the show The Boys. We just got done watching season 3 on Amazon Prime because it was Prime Day not too long ago, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna check out
The Boys.
Yeah, The Boys, which I saw the first 2 seasons, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna wait until all of the episodes are on the 3rd season, and well, I finally watched it.
There you go.
So yeah, I mean, I guess we can talk about what we liked about each season, but I guess to entail all of what is The Boys, if you want to give us like a little rundown, Keegan.
So The way I like to explain The Boys is it's a very realistic take on what it would honestly be like if we had superheroes in basically our times now. They're a company. They basically run the freaking government, and there's tier levels and everything like that. So when you're on top, you have the most power, you have the most influence, and your bottom tier, characters and everything, lower soups and stuff, are just normal little crime stoppers and everything like that. It doesn't take like the main hero, that's the Superman-esque character, Homelander. In the public eye, he's this clean cut, really nice guy.
Kind of like Superman.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Superman,
Yeah.
and then behind the scenes, he's like, everybody's terrified of him. He's killed people. He's, murdered civilians. Just, in all honesty, it'd probably be a realistic take on what would honestly happen.
Yeah, so not too long ago we had an episode about like My Hero Academia, and that anime is like people with superpowers, with quirks, heroes and villains living in the world. And I mean, that's kind of like a very lighthearted, oh, there's your good guys, there's your bad guys. But The Boy kind of goes it's not so black and white. It kind of goes over that gray area of, hey man, so you know how people can be messed up sometimes? Well,
what if they had superpowers?
Yeah, what if they were as strong as, the Man of Steel, as Superman or Wonder Woman or Batman?
And what I like about it is that the heroes are the bad guys in this TV show. Not all of them, but a majority of what they call the Seven, which is like the Justice League or the Avengers.
Yeah, it's more of the Justice League. I mean,
yeah,
Homelander's like Superman.
The Deep.
Maeve. Yeah, the Deep is Aquaman. Maeve's like Wonder Woman.
A-Train is the Flash.
Black Noir's Batman.
And then just some random characters. Like another main character, Starlight. She's a good guy and everything like that. But the show is basically about the Boys, which is a group that's basically out to kill the Soups, or to basically keep them in check. And you get introduced to the main three boys in the beginning is Billy Butcher, MM, which MM stands for Mother's Milk, and then Frenchie.
Yeah, I thought it was Mother's Milk, but for some reason I thought they also called him Marvin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember Frenchie's name because I just remember their nicknames. And then you get introduced to Huey, which is just this normal, typical guy with a girlfriend. And then one day his girlfriend steps off the sidewalk and gets completely obliterated by A-Train, who's going supersonic down the road, higher than a kite.
Yeah.
And runs basically right through her. It's like if somebody stepped out in front of a bullet train.
Yeah.
And she just incinerates. And it shows everything, which, entail to the realism and everything. Like, what would happen if somebody just exploded in front of you, and that's what it looked like.
Yeah. No, yeah. So that's... Yeah, so the show is on Amazon Prime. So I guess that helps with the blood and gore of it all, because if it was just like on regular cable television,
they wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, there would be a lot of censorship and a lot of stuff off screen to
have
imply
to go to, like,
someone
HBO or another streaming service. You can't have this on cable.
Yeah, so the fact that it is on a streaming service is kind of, it's kind of nice because it does not hide away from all of the blood and gore shit. So
one thing though I have to say about The Boys is they make fun of all the tropes that you see nowadays in like modern superhero movies, like the Avengers and everything. Like in the most recent season, like if everybody who's seen, what was it, Avengers Endgame, there was that really cringy scene where out of this whole battle, all the female characters got together and they're like, we can do it. And then they're all running. Well, they make fun of that in The Boys, where they're filming a movie called The Dawn of the Seven. and all the female characters are in one spot, and they say women get it done better or something like that.
Yeah, they're like, women get it done better. They kind of try to poke fun of
the Avengers.
like that scene and whatnot,
which is true. Like, it's pointless, and everybody knows what you're trying to do when you can just have a regular movie, just about the story. Well, in The Boys, it pokes fun at that and actually tells a good story.
Yeah, so there are a lot of tropes that it does make fun of. Just starting off. So I guess overall, I mean, we're not gonna go down like
every single episode.
Yeah, every episode, but just overall, I guess to start off with. So the Boys is based off a comic book or a graphic novel.
Yeah.
And they adapt it to television, so they change things, they tweak things. So if you want to go on, I haven't read them.
Yeah, same here. I haven't read it either. I know bits and pieces just from like YouTube videos and everything like that, but
so I know that they move, like they move
storylines or change places and change characters.
Yeah, but the overall, I guess, premise is still there. So in the first season, we're getting introduced to a lot of the characters, and they work for this company called Vought, and they kind of control everything. Like they're the modern, I guess you could say, like Disney. Like they just own everything.
Yeah, they have their hands in everything too.
Yeah. Like you'll see it in the show, and for those of you that watch it, I mean, of course, you know what I'm talking about. And then, like in the first season, you automatically, like from the first episode, you start to realize that these heroes are, they're assholes.
They're evil.
Yeah, I mean, they're just.
But they're corporate. They're corporate monsters. Looking out for number one.
Yeah, they only care about like their ratings and how they look to the public, even though they really don't give a shit about the fans and
their
stuff
stock,
like that.
They only care about their stock in the company, because the way you get in on the 7 is how popular you are. Not by how strong you are or anything. It's by how popular you are.
Exactly.
And like in the first season, I mean, and it talks about some really hard topics, like how Starlight, she's this innocent girl from like, country.
What was it, say? Like Iowa
or Nebraska, something like that, like a good country farm girl. But you realize as a kid, when you have these powers,
never meet your heroes.
Yeah, never meet your heroes, because she gets, well, I don't know if
she gets Weinstein, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because I was fixing to say, I don't think we can technically say
so she gets Weinstein, if you know what I mean.
Or she gets essayed. There you go. She gets essayed, and by one of the heroes that she looked up to, the Deep.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah. And basically he was like, well, you got to do this thing for me to be on the 7, and she does it, and then Homelander comes in and is like, what the hell are you doing? Like, and then she's scarred.
Yeah.
And it covers topics like that, because that shit happens consistently in places of power.
Yeah, so throughout the first season, we kind of just see all of that. We get introduced to all the characters, and we get introduced to really what is the MO of the Boys, right? So these guys that hate soups, they hate super powered people, and they go out and just kill them. Yeah. So the main,
take them out.
Yeah, the main target is Homelander. So how do you kill Superman, basically?
Yeah, and that's in the first 2 seasons. That's how they're trying to figure this
without
out.
kryptonite, because nobody knows his kryptonite.
And you start finding out too, because in everybody's head, it's like, oh, you're born with these powers, but then you find out Vought actually created a serum that creates supers. Yeah. And you don't find that out, I think, until the end of season 1, early season 2. But you realize nobody's special. Like, you're basically a chemically made hero.
Yeah, like they go to all these parents, and they're like, hey, well, we're going to inject your baby with this serum.
Or even the parents bring them to him to make him special. Like, you find out Starlight's mom wanted that.
Yeah.
Because she wanted her daughter to be famous and everything like that. And, Starlight has that history of kind of like pop star parents or movie star parents,
Oh, yeah,
where
the
push,
trophy parents,
where they push their kids to basically be famous to take care of them, or all this other stuff that you see. But
yeah, so as the show goes on, and I mean, we get introduced to all these characters that kind of have what's the word, they're a
like in their
like a knockoff of like an already well-known superhero. You start to learn that, I guess, some of them can be beat, and they're just like people. I mean, they can be blackmailed, and they have their weaknesses and stuff like that. If you were Keegan, if you were in this world, would you be a soup, or would you be one of the soup killers?
I still would want to be a soup, but I'd probably be one of the good ones. Like in season 3, Billy Butcher. So like Oscar had said, the boys kill the soups. So they don't have powers; they're just humans, and a lot of them have ex-military backgrounds and everything like that. Well, in season 3, they find out that Vought's created a 24-hour medicine called
was it Temp V?
Temp V.
Yeah, it only gives you like limit powers for like 24 hours.
Yeah. But it's random. It's completely random. Well, when Billy takes it, he has Homelander's powers, and then he gets addicted to it. And then you find out later in the season that it's killing him. That Temp V is not stable or anything. It kills you, and he at the end of the season, he only has a year and a half left to live.
Yeah.
But it shows that if you want to take out the biggest player on the table, you gotta match fire with fire. Yeah. And one of the best lines is when Homelander goes to Billy's apartment, and they basically look at each other because things aren't going their way on both sides, and they're like, we want to meet each other basically in the end, and it's going to be scorched earth regardless, because that's what they both want. They both want the fight of a lifetime, and then it's done. Only one person lives, the other one dies.
Yeah.
So I would be a soup so I could do something, but I would want good powers. I don't want.
The thing is, okay, so like, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yes.
With Homelander, we see how fucked up he is, right? With
well, he's a test tube kid.
Well, not only that, but he's a god to these mere mortals. I mean, he can just, anybody he looks at, he can just.
Well, and then at the end of freaking season 3. Because, like, throughout all 3 of these seasons, Homelander's trying to hide basically his true nature of being this evil person who doesn't give a shit about any person whatsoever.
He just wants to be loved.
Yeah. And in the end, he comes down, this guy throws something at his son, and he just freaking lasered his head off.
Yeah.
And all these people who were there for Homelander start cheering him on. So now, at the end of season 3, he now has basically the backing of the people that it's okay now to kill people in broad daylight.
So, if you were a soup, do you think that you would turn evil like that?
No.
Well, I guess it would depend, kind of like, what do you think your power would be?
I would want super strength, because that's the only way you'd be able to do any damage to anybody, especially if you were going up against other soups. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like all in the boys, I don't know, because I've noticed this kind of like from the first season and all the way to like the 3rd season. I feel like every soup does have strength, like super strength. Like there's not one soup that's like, durability. I'm weak.
It's almost like durability. Well, except for Translucent, because that hero got killed by getting a bomb. Shoved up his ass or something?
Well, it was like a turtle, so the outside was hard.
Yeah, but the inside
is soft, so it's like, well,
boom.
I mean, I guess they could have like made him swallow something, but I guess I'm gonna shove this pipe bomb up your ass. Is a whole lot more fuck you.
Freaking season 3, the shrinking guy who was like the Ant-Man or the Atom.
Okay, so I'm kind of so when the whole Avengers, and so yeah, so this is also again a play on, what was it, Endgame, right?
Yes.
When there was all these memes about Ant-Man, like, oh, he
Just
needs
go up his butt
the only way you kill Thanos is if Ant-Man were to shrink
and then expand
inside Thanos.
Well, this happened.
So
this happened, but in a different direction.
This happened, but yeah, it was not the back; it was the front. And this hero that I guess has the same powers as Ant-Man, and he's also super strong because when he's tiny, he picks up Butcher and just
like Ant-Man
throws him.
Yeah,
just like Ant-Man. Oh no, it wasn't Butcher; it was Frenchie that he gets and throws.
Because he's like, he's trying to get in my ass. He's trying to get in my
ass. He sneezes because he just got done doing cocaine
while inside of a man.
Yeah,
in the front, if you can picture that.
Oh, and they show all that, like,
and he shreds this dude.
Can you imagine? And I wonder, has this happened to any of y'all where you're probably excited about, yeah, man, like Boys season 3, all right, like
first episode,
let's watch it, and you're watching it with like your significant other or with friends, and you're trying to convince them that this show is the show.
This is legit. Oh man, it's so good.
It's so good. It's superheroes being just fucking brutal. Like they don't hold any punches back.
It's realistic, everything.
Yeah, and then the first episode, they see that
shrink guy expands by sneezing because he just swam in cocaine, and just incinerates somebody.
It's up close of a man's. It's just right there. The whole screen.
His penis.
like the whole screen is just. Can you imagine? I mean, I know, like I saw the show by myself, right? Like I was at home,
and you're like,
like I was eating dinner. And I was like, oh, man, really? But, like, you imagine for, like, the people out there, they're like, dude, I'm so excited for The Boys season 3. And then, let's all watch it.
Oh, my God. Like, that's how it was when I was watching. I was super excited. I was like, oh, my gosh, they're really doing this. Yes. And I was like, oh, my God. I was like, oh, man, he's inside of him. And then he started like, and I was like, oh, my God. I was like, they're not going to do this.
And then there's that camera shot. Like down the long tunnel where it's like,
yes, and then boom. Just imagine like this meat explosion. And then speaking of season 3, it brings on the best character, freaking Soldier Boy. Jensen Ackles from Supernatural gets to play this like play on Captain America.
Yeah, play on Captain America.
But he's a complete freaking douchebag the whole time.
Mega asshole. Well, all of them are mega assholes.
But he's almost like semi. Well, I don't want to say racist, but kinda.
He is like kind of like when Captain America, right, gets defrosted and he's now back in modern times.
Yes.
Soldier Boy has been in a Russian lab, and then he comes back to America, and the first thing he sees is like this interracial couple, and he's like.
Oh, and then two dudes kissing too.
And he's like, what the hell's going on here?
He's like,
this is a country I fought for.
Yeah.
I was like, golly. Which is funny because, there's been people that's like, what if Captain America was
like that?
Defrosted, and he's like.
Because he fought in World War II.
What's going on here?
And all this other stuff, civil rights and everything was going on. That's everything. Captain America comes back into place. Like, what the fuck is all this? Like, just getting mad. But that's what Soldier Boy is. Is basically all the stereotypes and everything like that. But he's just fucking funny. Like throughout the whole series, he like talks about all the superstars, like movie stars he had like banged and everything like that.
Yeah, and they're all like movie stars from like the 40s.
Yeah, or something like that. And like they play little like
40s and 50s
like commercials of him singing like in the 70s and shit like that. And I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
But what's cool about Soldier Boy is he was number 1, and he disappears, and then you find out later in season 3 that his team just wanted to get rid of him, so they basically sold him off to the Russians. So they tortured him, they tested on him, and they basically they gave him an additional superpower that can take away other heroes' powers. He became a weapon against his own kind. And then you find out, Butcher hears that there's a weapon that can kill Homelander. So they go searching and they find Soldier Boy in this like cryogenic like freezer tube thing. And, that leads on to season 3 where they team up with Soldier Boy with Billy taking the Temp V, and then later on Huey takes the Temp V, and they're trying to like kill Homelander. And then the plot twist is Homelander is basically Soldier Boy's son, that they just took his DNA and put him in a petri dish, and boom, you basically get the same powers with a little additional like the heat vision and flying.
Yeah.
And a good plot twist is, Soldier Boy's talking about, man, I wish I want to be different than my dad. My dad was a piece of shit. And then Homelander's trying to use that to his advantage, because for the first time in his life, Homelander is actually scared. Because with Billy Butcher having powers similar to that, then you have Soldier Boy who also can deal with it. That's two guys that can, do some damage.
And yeah, and the show was pretty good. I mean, the actors were pretty good at portraying that.
Yes.
The actor who played Homelander kind of showed that when there was a fight scene that...
And they had him pinned down.
Yeah, because Homelander, I mean, so we're talking about, Superman, like the strongest...
man alive.
Yeah, a god among men that has never had a challenge, finally has a challenge, and he can't fight. Like, you can see...
Yeah, he's, like, scared.
Yeah, like, he does not know how to fight.
Yeah, because there's that one scene where Soldier Boy, Billy, and Huey are holding him down, and he's struggling.
Yeah, like, it just shows where he's, like, panicking. He's like, I gotta get out of here. So that was a pretty cool, take on, like, this is what happens when you get challenged. So that was the kryptonite. Like, that was the weapon. So from season 1 all the way till now, they've been trying to figure out a way, how do we get Homelander? How do we kill him? And they finally have the opportunity to kill him.
This is where me and Oscar start deferring towards the end of season 3.
Look, man, I know the show has to continue going on.
Yeah, because it's not the end yet.
I know it's not the end, but all of a sudden everyone has a change of heart, and no, Soldier Boy's the bad guy out of all of us.
So before Oscar gives his take...
No, I'm not going to give my take. Like that's just...
But the reason why Billy has a change of heart... So Homelander's kid is the son of Billy's wife.
So in the first season... The reason why
Billy's after
him is because Homelander raped his wife, and then Billy thinks that she died, or someone offed her or something. So he's gonna go out and get revenge. And then the show
progresses in season 2.
and we see that the wife is actually alive, and she's being held
in a facility not known to Homelander or anybody, basically, except for a handful of people.
Yeah, because
her son is Homelander's
kid that also has powers.
Has all of his powers.
Yeah, like Homelander. And then towards the second season, there's this big fight where Butcher's wife dies, and he makes a promise to her that he's going to take care of the kid, and then Homelander's kind of pissed off because, the kid doesn't want him as a father.
Well, and then the kid killed his girlfriend, Stormfront.
That is
with
true.
With the heat vision and just incinerated her. Kinda. I mean, you see her in season 3 in a freaking hospital bed.
And she's like just a stub.
She's like a potato.
Yeah, like one arm, no legs,
and
bald, like half a face.
Yeah, half a face, bald with one eye, I think.
Yeah.
But, and Butcher's still going to see Ryan, which is the son, and, having a good time and everything like that. But then in the middle of season 3, Billy realizes the danger he's putting Ryan in, and he doesn't want to put him in danger anymore. So he, like typical Hollywood stuff, like, oh, I hate you, make you hate me, so that way when I leave and something bad happens to me, you won't be sad. And that's what Billy does, but it pushes Ryan into the hands of his psychotic father.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where Oscar was talking about was how it's a change of point because, you know, Billy's still working with Soldier Boy after that fight that we were just talking about where Homelander is, you know, fixing to die. They meet him again. And so it's Billy, Maeve, Soldier Boy, and then Huey, and Starlight are all...
And Frenchie and that Kimiko girl.
They all have this plan and they're working together in 2 separate teams because Billy and Maeve and Soldier Boy locked them up, remember? They're like, no, we're going to actually kill him. Like, screw this whole thing. You know, we'll let Soldier Boy just blow up. Like, we're going to get him. Like, we're willing to kill everybody in Vought Tower.
And the reason we didn't discuss this, but I mean, the reason why Soldier Boy decides to help out is because they got him out of Russia. They find out, so the weapon is Soldier Boy, and he's out to get his old team that betrayed him. So
he starts.
It will help
everybody.
You kill your old team if you help us kill Homelander.
And it was a deal, and you know, all of season 3 is them killing Soldier Boy's old team, and that includes Black Noir. But Black Noir gets murked by Homelander because Homelander finds out that Soldier Boy's his dad, and he goes up to Noir and is like, "Did you know?" And Noir is like, "Yes, but you know, we still gotta kill him." And then Homelander just shoves his hand through Noir's stomach.
Yeah, so kind of like in Injustice, Gods Among Us, when Superman kills the Joker and he just punches him right through through his spine
and just whoop.
Homelander does the same thing with Black Noir.
But me and Oscar have speculations that Black Noir's not dead.
Well, yeah, so like I said in the beginning, I haven't read the comics. I'm just going off the show, so there's probably people, you know, if you're one of those people that have read the comics and probably know what's coming up next with maybe a little bit differences here and there. Black Noir is supposedly, you know, supposed to be, I guess,
a clone,
like what's
Homelander.
A detengency plan?
Yeah, so in the comic books, and this I only know this part, Black Noir is a clone of Homelander, and he was a contingency plan.
Yeah, that's the word.
If Homelander was to ever step out of line, Black Noir would be able to take him down. They went completely different in the TV show The Boys, because Black Noir is a African American
he's his own hero. He's not
his
clone.
own, and you know the reason why he's silent was because of an accident that happened in the past, and
supposedly Homelander kills him, which I don't know. I mean, he's kind of like a popular one, so I don't know what they'll.
Who knows?
Oh, they'll probably just introduce another hero, or maybe they will make a clone that's the new Black Noir.
Yeah, or something, and then. When you get to the end of season 3, Homelander, you know, finds Ryan and everything, and Ryan's like, "Oh, I love you, Dad," you know, because now he hates Butcher because Butcher did the whole, "Well, I fucking hate you, you know, you killed your mom," and like all this other stuff, and so it, you know, leads Ryan right into his dad's arms, and so Homelander's like, "Well, you come with me, son," and takes him, you know, up there. Well, bad timing because everybody's after Homelander at this point. And Soldier Boy is like, "I'm just going to, you know, kill both of them. I'll just kill Homelander and Ryan, even though Ryan's his grandson and everything like that."
Well, yeah, so Homelander gets the kid, and it's like, "Yeah, this is your grandson." And Soldier Boy's looking at him like, "Man, like, you're pathetic."
Yeah,
he's
like,
you know?
He goes, "I wish I would have raised you because then you wouldn't be like a worthless piece of shit," and then like starts fighting. And
the kid's in the way.
Yeah.
And
Ryan's like just getting in the way of everything.
Yeah, I mean, poor kid. Like, he was dragged there. It's not his fault, but he gets pushed, and... No, he lasers Soldier Boy, and then Soldier Boy is basically like, "You know what, fuck this, like, I'm just gonna take out everyone." And he pushes the kid, and then Homelander tries to like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And Soldier Boy's about to just kill him.
Like, if you ever seen X-Men First Class and everything, Havoc,
yeah,
like he just kind of builds this energy in his chest right here and just unleashes it. But the way it goes sometimes is like a freaking bomb goes off and just incinerates everybody within the vicinity.
Yeah, so he was about to do that, and then all of a sudden, Butcher has a change of heart. It's like, no.
Because he loves Ryan as his own. Like, and you see that in season 3.
Okay, man. Look, I'm not married, but you are. If some dude were to rape your wife, and then she were to die, and say, look, no, like that's my kid, and he has like the kid's good, right? It's not the kid's fault. Please take care of him. Would you?
Yeah. And it's hard.
Be honest, would you?
Because, I mean, for every person out there, if your significant other was to ever, have that happen, you would want to go kill that person. 100%. But, I don't know.
No, but would you take care of the kid? If your spouse died, or even if your spouse didn't die and said, no, like, look, we're going to carry this kid. Like
that's hard,
and he's about to die, or she's about to die.
It's very hard. It just depends. Like,
well, you're a better man than me, because
I get both, but you have to remember, Billy was playing games with him, getting him stuff. Like, that's where I understood him hesitating, because, and then at the end he's like, "Hey, are you all right?" And of course Ryan's like, "No, you said you hated me." Like,
no, I know, but my thing is that.
If you had the chance.
So from like season 1 till right here, this whole journey has been a treacherous journey. People have died. Yeah. Stakes have been high. You have gone through the ringer. You've almost lost people that you loved. You did lose people that you love. You've been drenched in blood and guts, and this close to death.
Do you take the shot?
And you finally have the shot. Like, you finally have what you want to achieve. And look, victory doesn't come easy. It comes with sacrifices. So you've made a lot of sacrifices. So you're willing to
sacrifice a boy.
That is not mine. Look, no, but Butcher isn't there's no heroes or villains in the story. Everyone's just out for themselves. So whether they're crazy, psychotic, it's that fine gray area where everyone is just basically looking out for myself, and if I have to step on 1,000 toes and shove people and throw them under the bus to get on top, I'm gonna do it. Everyone has shown
that they're willing to make that sacrifice.
That they're willing to do that just to get on top, just to get what they want. Butcher's no different. And he finally has that shot. He finally has okay, I can get my revenge and get Homelander. Now, if Soldier Boy, once he kills them all and he turns crazy, now you only have one superhero to worry about.
Yeah. But now you got
But all of a sudden, because I guess we have to have more seasons and the show needs to continue, all of a sudden he's like, no, you leave the kid alone. And then Soldier Boy, he even says it. He's like, so Homelander raped your wife, and then you made a promise to your dead wife that you were going to take care of his kid? I mean, I guess we're going to have to fight.
Yeah, like, all right.
I'm kind of with Soldier Boy on that one. I've been like, gosh, shit, I guess I'm by myself now. I thought a deal was a deal.
See, and I get it, and then I get the whole him hesitating, because he didn't want Ryan to be involved in any of this.
I know, but Homelander is that son of a bitch that brought him there.
Yeah.
So it's almost kind of like, you know what, just fucking kill Homelander and hope that maybe Ryan doesn't hope that Ryan survives.
Take the shot.
Yeah, like just take the shot. Hope that Ryan lives. If he doesn't, look, man, he was never your kid. You could say, "Oh, I failed my wife. I'm sorry." And then go have a kid of your own.
But with who? It's all he loved. And I can't even remember her freaking name.
Becca?
Yeah.
Becca.
But yeah, I get the pros and cons. And
look, that's just me. Like I said, you're a better man than me, because I would have been like, no, man, this journey has been way too fucking hard. I'm gonna take the shot
and just boom, obliterate.
So the ending just pissed me off.
And of course, after that, Soldier Boy's getting ready to just blow, and Maeve basically sacrifices her powers.
Yeah, so the only one that got fucked out of this whole ordeal was Maeve. Like, Like the poor woman.
The freaking woman went toe to toe with Homelander, got her eye freaking gouged out,
and she had Homelander. Like that fight was like hell yeah.
She put up a hell of a fight, and like he even gouged her eye out, and she was still going for it.
Yeah, because she knows how to fight. Homelander doesn't.
Yeah. And, you know, at first it looks like Maeve's dead. Like, she just blows up, and you're like, wow, Soldier Boy and Maeve are gone. And then at the end you find out that it just took away her power. So she, you know, she gets the happily ever after.
Yeah.
You know, she gets to be with her
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Wife?
I think it's girlfriend. Yeah. And then Soldier Boy gets taken by our government.
And gets put back to sleep.
Yep, goes night.
And there goes your only chance of ever defeating Homelander. And now if you ever want to wake him up and say, hey, can you help me? He's going to say, fuck you.
Put me back to sleep.
Yeah, because the one time you told me to help you,
you turned on me.
You turned on me and you fucked it up. See, there you go, man.
And then you find out from taking the Temp V,
you only have a year and a half left.
Yeah.
See?
Butcher has a year and a half left.
Take the fucking shot, man.
He is going to do it now. He'll probably take
how many chances do you need to...
as many as I need. No.
And then you take out Homelander, and then now you have his son Ryan, who's gonna come after you. See, you could have killed two birds with one stone.
You could have just obliterated everybody.
Golly.
But yeah, it's.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, exactly.
Leave it in the comments, man.
Yeah, leave it in the comments or message us on Instagram or anything like that. What do y'all feel about the ending of season 3 of The Boys? I personally liked it because I knew it wasn't the end. There's still more story to go. We want that scorched earth, Oscar. But I believe that the fight has to be between Butcher and Homelander. Just mano a mano. It like Superman versus
Lex Luthor.
Nah, Lex Luthor he'd die. You know, he'd die.
Well, Lex Luthor has beaten Superman.
Well, I'm talking about like two characters like on par with each other. Like if you have
like Superman and
Lobo. Bizarro.
No, Bizarro. Okay. With Doomsday. Or Superman and
Doomsday. Or if you want to go Marvel route, you can do the Hulk versus his son. You know, Scar, or Red Hulk. You know, Hulk versus Red Hulk. Like you gotta. You know, it's going to end with somebody getting hurt or dying.
Well, yeah, that, and there's not really a Lex Luthor. Well, I guess...
A Lex Luthor in what, Marvel?
No, in
The Boys?
Yeah, I guess, Giancarlo Esposito. What's his character's name? Edgar?
Edgar? Yeah, Stan Edgar.
I guess he's kind of like the brains behind it all.
Yeah, because he has no powers.
He's kind of like
he just knows how to manipulate people really well. And the head popper... man, I don't know. There's so many things that can happen in this season. I
know that. Oh, you know, next season, and there's gonna be more boys, and it's gonna be super hot. Yeah, the boys.
We're here for the boys.
And I know that it's gonna continue because it's popular, and they're not just gonna stop it at 3 seasons.
Is Huey gonna die because he took Temp V that much? You know, is he gonna have the side effects like Billy did, or, you know? Are Kimiko and Frenchie gonna finally leave and go be together? Like,
I hope so.
I do too. They deserve it.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
I was kind of afraid for Kimiko when she lost her powers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh
no.
She's about to die.
And then she lives and she gets her powers back. And is the head popper gonna die? Who's gonna kill the head popper?
Homelander, probably. I don't know.
Like there's a lot to look forward to in, you know, season 4.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot to look forward to, but I guess the lesson of it all is that, you know, if you're out for a vendetta, you know, pull the trigger, man. Because if you don't, then what was the point?
Yeah, I gotcha.
I'm sorry, like that's just
Oscar's willing to kill kids over here. No, but like
it's a show, man. You know, take the fucking shot. I would have killed. No, I'm just kidding.
Use that shield.
I become most wanted. No, I mean, yeah, because now the kid's gonna turn evil. He liked what his dad does.
Though? What if he doesn't? I think that'll be a turning point. I bet Ryan starts off in season 4 evil, and then realizes that this is not what his mom wants. You know, you always gotta bring mom back into play.
Someone's gonna have to remind him. Yeah, Butcher's gonna remind him this isn't what your mom wanted.
And then it'll end with Butcher and Homelander fighting, and like
what, season 5,
yeah,
season 6,
season 6, maybe season 8.
I don't know.
The future. But overall, I love The Boys. The Boys is a great show if you want to get out of that, typical, hero,
I guess like very stereotypical.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Tropes. It makes fun of all that, so it's kind of nice. We were just talking about it, and we're like, well, let's try something different.
Yeah. Also, let us know how you liked this episode, like the visual, and even for our listeners who just listen to us on all of our streaming platforms and everything like that. If you want to give us a view or anything like that on YouTube or anything, just let us know how you like that.
Yeah. We just like to have fun with this, and I hope that you as a viewer or listener, if you like this sort of stuff, maybe you also can go out there and do something fun and creative with your friends. Me and Keegan have a lot of fun doing this.
Oh, so, yeah. It's a blast.
We enjoy doing this, and I hope that you can get out there and also do something
that you enjoy.
That you enjoy. Do something creative or create something, get your ideas out there. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of blast. Yeah. So gotta start from somewhere. Do something at least.
Yeah, do something. So. Do what you want. Speak your mind, and it's the beauty of free speech right there. No. God bless America. No.
I'm Homelander.
No, right. I'm Soldier Boy.
So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. So I guess we'll
cue that music.
We'll cue that music.